ACEMIC Q4 4-channel wireless microphones, and you get 4 of them. Quick read of the back of it, shall we? The brand ACEMIC, model Q4, channels 4 fixed frequencies, sample rate 48 kHz, operating distance 40 meters, that's about 130 feet. Frequency response is 30 Hz to 16 kHz, plus or minus 2. RX power supply 3.7 lithium batteries. RX continuous usage time is 5 hours of continuous use, provided it's fully charged, of course. Output interface TRS 3.5mm and 6.35mm jack plug connection. So why would you want one of these? Well, if you fancy being a karaoke singer, not like me, because I don't do singing, or you got your mates and you want to team up with them, do karaoke, or you want to do multiple interviews with different people and they need their own mic, or perhaps a wedding, or going to the church and you want to talk to people and interview people in the church, this could be perfect for you. Let's get the unboxing done, shall we, and see exactly what you get for the money. Now, as always, I will stick links in the video description in case you want to go and check it out. Oh, and they're colour-coded, looking at that. In case you want to go and check them out. But we will be swapping over, as soon as we get them out of the box, to one of these mics. Not to all 4 of them, but to one of them. First impressions, they feel quite heavy, actually. And they're quite big. Right, so I'm actually using the mic right now. It's quite easy to set up. I will go through a setting up in a minute, but I want to show you, what they look like, how they work, basically. And in case you didn't know what these are for, I'm going to show you these first. So the idea of this is when you put it down, you don't get a harsh bang. Yes, it's nice and soft and quiet. That is the idea of these. Very good. And they're colour-coded, which I thought was a nice little touch. Now, it comes with a USB to USB Type-C connection, and that is to power up or charge up the receiver, which I've got plugged into my solid-state logic. The other thing to bear in mind while we were talking about, different connections is where to put the mic. You need to talk to the front of it. If you talk to the side of it, it's not so loud. So you need to be like that, not like that. Just thought I'd point that out to you in case you didn't know. Now, it takes 2 AA batteries. Let me quickly show you how easy that is to do. Easy enough for you. We have an on-off power button. It's a multifunctional button. It does other things as well. So to turn it on, you just hold the button down for a couple of seconds and voila. Don't know if you can see that. Tells you what channel you're on. So we're on 639. We have a full battery. Let me move this cover out of the way first. You might be able to see it better now. So we have a full battery. We have signal is full strength. Should be. It's only about half a foot away. Actually, I will show you that because that looks pretty good in a second, because it's showing a blue light to say it's got power and 2 green light to say it's got 2 mics connected. So I could swap over from this mic to this mic, or from this mic to this mic. See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But I'm using this one at the moment. Now, when you take the battery cover off, if you turn it around, should you wish to change the channels from A, B, C, D, all you need to do is hold that button in. It's a set button. It actually tells you on there. Click set button to switch between frequencies. You hold that in. If you press it quickly, you change frequency. If you hold it in for about 2 seconds, it changes from A, B, C to D. If that makes sense. Anyway, what's it sound like? Does it sound good? Do you like it? Not a lot. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's very nice. It looks very professional. Like I said, these would be perfect for someone doing something like karaoke with all your mates. Yeah, get up there and do a bit of dancing, do a bit of singing, or if you're someone who's going to a wedding and you've got people that are going to be doing speeches, you ain't got to share the mic, you can give them their own mic. Yeah, pretty cool, eh? Or if you're doing a speech, say, at a church, and you want to walk about the church and talk at the same time and pass a mic to someone else. You ain't got to share it. They can have their own mic. So far, so good, in my opinion. It was basically plug and play, which is what you want. Now, I'm going to switch back over to my other microphone because I want to show you how the receiver works. And I can't show you why I'm holding this because it's awkward. Give me a second. So this is the controller for my audio for my PC. This is the Solid State Logic SSL2 Plus. And it does all my audio on my PC. And this is the receiver plugged into the back of it. Now you may notice there's 4 green lights because we have 4 microphones all plugged in at the same time. And I'm going to show you how to adjust it in case you don't get all 4 lights up. But before we do that, let me just explain the lights. So 4 green lights represents 4 microphones. The blue one represents power, and obviously it's getting a signal. Hopefully that makes sense. The one next to it that has a bit of a bleed over from the blue one represents when it's being charged up. It will tell you when it's being charged or when it's fully charged. If it's being charged, it's normally red. Now, I'm going to show you how these work, or how to adjust these properly, and how to get the best out of them. So hopefully you have the basics now anyway. So if I turn this one off, this is number A. If I turn it off, a light should go out, which it has. So if I turn off D, another light should go out, which it has. So it's A, B, C, D. Turn them both back on. Give them a few seconds and voila. Right, now, should you wish to adjust the volume, it's quite simple. See the reset button? You press that once, quickly, and it comes up U03. Now that is your volume adjustment. And if you press it again, I did find this a little bit fiddly, by the way. So we're on U04. I believe it goes up to 8. 6, 7, 8. And then back to 1 again. Now I did find on one of them, the button was a bit fiddly and you had to press it a little bit harder. So something to bear in mind. If it's not changing over, you need to press it a bit harder. Now, I am going to show you how to lock it as well. I'm going to go back to number 3. So I want to set everything on the same number. That way I can adjust the audio on the PC or through my solid state logic, which makes sense, yeah? Should you wish to change the frequency, you can only do it by changing the letter. So A, B, C, D. Does that make sense? Because the actual channels are fixed to them letters. That way you can't change it. Now, I'm going to show you what to do. All you need to do is hold set button down for about 2 seconds. And it flashes. So now we're on C, but you will notice 2 lights have gone out because you can't have 2 microphones on the same channel. It won't work. Now I'm going to go through it now because you have to go through A, B, C, D to get back to B, if that makes sense. So hold it down for 2 seconds. There, D, now another light's gone out and the other one's come back on. Next to be C. Hopefully you can see this all right. Oh no, it's gone back to A, sorry. So A, and we should be back to 4 again. A, B, there you go. So A, B, C, D. So they're all numbered. Now, another little thing you can do, once you set them, if you don't know one playing about them, you can actually lock them. And the way you do that is you hold the set button and the power on off button at the same time. Let's see if it works. Then it comes up lock is on. So now you can't make any adjustments. Don't matter how many times you press it, it won't work. Now try and lock it, you just do it again. Lock is off. So that, easy peasy lemon squeezy when you know how. Put that back on. Job done. So that's set on 3. Let's see what this one's set on. Quick press. That's on 7, so I don't want that. So I'm going to put that on 3. So that's set on 3. Now, the only reason you really need to change the actual audio is because someone might be quite loud and someone might be quite quiet, or it's better for your setup for whatever reason. What's this one on? See, that's already on 3. One more. This is the one that kept playing up, so I needed to press it a bit harder. There you go. See that? It does work, but for whatever reason, this one, you have to press it a little bit harder. But it works. And there's a couple of ways of coming out of the audio settings. One is just to leave it alone, and after about 5 seconds it will come out anyway. And the other one is press this button quickly and it comes out. Right, let's get back to testing the microphone, shall we? Right, so it's quite easy to adjust, and that was just by reading the instructions for about 10 minutes. And there's only a couple of pages. There's nothing really technical for you to worry about if it's your first time and you've never used anything like this. The only thing to remember is don't talk like this, talk like this, or sing or whatever you're going to be doing with it. Make sure it's pointing in your direction of your mouth, and don't do this neither, because I'm terrible at doing that, moving my head around, and you think, so why is the volume going up and down, you know? Because you're moving away from the microphone. Make sure the microphone follows your mouth, and also don't have it up too loud. I have been playing about with it, and I did have it up too loud to start with, but I have turned it down. And try and keep your voice level roughly in the same position all the time. What I mean is, don't suddenly shout or drop it. But if you're a singer, obviously you are going to be shouting and dropping the sounds. You know, singing quietly. I need to say talking there. Singing quietly, singing loudly, whatever. So it will fluctuate. But with a bit of practice, you could be really good at it. Not like me. So with that, yeah, if you're thinking about, like I said, doing karaoke or a live stage show or something like that, or in a church, as they say, you know, there are a lot of people who like to talk through a microphone in a church and walk about and talk to the audience and get the audience to talk back. These might be perfect. Yeah, easy to use, easy to understand, whether you're using one microphone, 2 microphones, 3 microphones, or even 4 microphones. Very easy to figure out how to do it. And like I said, make sure each one has its own channel, otherwise they won't work, because they will conflict with each other and you won't get nothing coming out. So if you have any issues, make sure you check, make sure one's on A, B, C and D. Easy? And yeah. They look very professional. Hopefully the audio is very professional. I did have a listen to it earlier and it did sound a little bit on the bassy side, but like I said, I was playing about with it. I was still experimenting, and hopefully looking at the bars, the audio bars, hopefully I've got the audio just about right. So with that, if you like this video and you like these microphones, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, click on the bell to get notified, and place a comment in the comment section. Thanks very much for watching.